So we have done deduction from salaries in the last lecture. There are total 3 deductions. See, earlier standard deduction was not there. It is recently that has been given to the salaried employees. Standard deduction, it is 16 subsection 1A, and it is the amount of salary or 50,000, whichever is less. Entertainment allowances, it will be given only to government employees, and 3 conditions are applicable. 1/5 of basic salary, or you can say 20% of basic salary, or 5,000 rupees maximum, or entertainment allowances actually received. So whichever will be the lowest amount of all these 3 conditions will be taken up for the deduction purpose for entertainment allowances. Okay, and it is only and only applicable to government employees. And the third one is professional tax. Now professional tax is 16 subsection 3. It should be paid. First of all, it should be paid, and it should be deducted from employee's salary. No, therefore it becomes the deduction. Therefore, it is allowed for deduction in section 16 subsection 3. That is professional tax. If at all you have, if suppose an employer has reimbursed you the amount of professional tax, or he has paid on behalf of employee, then it has first to be added in the salary as an income because it is a perquisite for you, and then it will be allowed for a deduction because anyways it is paid to the government, therefore deduction will be available in both the cases. But in the second case where there is a reimbursement or employer paying on behalf of employee, if such a case is there, then first it has to be added in the salary as an income, as in perquisite, as a perquisite. Okay, and then the deduction will be available. Now we also did the format where we have to start with basic salary, and then all the things are to be added. Whatever you have received with salary, whatever is your extra income other than salary, basic salary, so will be added. Of course, it should be in the purview of the section 15 to 17. No, it should be in the purview of the definition of the salary. Like bonus, it is a part of salary. It is included in the definition of salary. Wages, it is included in the definition of salary. Commission is also a part of salary. Yes, so it is included. All these things are included in the definition of salary. Okay, if you say I've earned from lottery, so no, it is not included in the purview of definition of salary. No. ठीक है, तो जो हमारी डेफिनेशन में इंक्लूड है बेसिक सैलरी के अलावा आपको जो एम्प्लॉयर से मिलता है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यू मस्ट गेट इट फ्रॉम योर एम्प्लॉयर. So there should be employer-employee relationship. Only that amount will be calculated and included in the amount of salary. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So next we have gross salary. Now what is gross salary? When we add all these things which are included in the salary with basic salary, we get gross salary. Gross salary means total salary. And after getting total salary, we need to deduct. 3 type of deductions are there. We need to deduct all these 3 deductions. Under section 16, it is 16 subsection 1A, standard deduction, which I have already cleared. Standard 16 subsection 2, entertainment allowances only available for government employees, and 16 subsection 3, professional tax. So 16 subsection 1A and 16 subsection 3 is available for all types of employees, whether government or private. But 16 subsection 2 is only and only available for government employees. Finally, after deducting all these 3 deductions from gross salary, we get net taxable income from salary. That amount of income from salary which is taxable. Okay, so this is the format that we have to follow. Yes? Did you understand this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me begin with the practical questions today. Okay, give me just 1 minute to search it. See, earlier standard deduction was not there, huh? It is newly invented. Therefore, in the books, like old books, you will not see standard deductions. See, this is old book, and the deduction from salaries, entertainment allowances, and professional tax. Nothing is given about standard deduction. So you guys have to do it because it is newly invented. Okay, so we will do it. This is the format that they have given. They have given it little much in detail, okay, with the conditions also, which we have already learned, okay. And then they have calculated gross salary, and then after gross salary, see, gross taxable salary. Yes, please mute some. Rehan, you have unmuted. Please mute yourself. So we will calculate gross taxable salaries just as they have done. See, and then less deduction under section 16, entertainment and professional tax. He has shown two things. See, professional tax, but we have to show three things. 16 subsection 1A, standard deduction also. That also has to be added, and finally the net taxable salary will be our final answer. Okay. Now let
Yes, ma'am.
us begin with Let us begin with the question 1. Mr. Goyal received the following emoluments during previous year ended 31st March 2019. He received basic salary, dearness allowances, commission, entertainment allowances. See, Mr. Goyal, बताया है क्या, has they provided any information? Have they provided any information regarding whether he is a government employee or a private employee? No, because they are not providing any information. We will not assume he is a government employee until it is given in the question. We will not assume that. Of course, he's not a government employee. That means he is a private employee. So entertainment allowances,
मैम
yes.
मैम पर देखो लास्ट लाइन में लिखा है मिस्टर गोयल इज ए स्टेट
नहीं, अभी तक
गवर्नमेंट
तो नहीं
एम्प्लॉय।
बोला ना, अभी
हाँ
तक,
हाँ मैम,
अभी तक।
हाँ हाँ।
ओके, सो वी विल समझो, ये नहीं बोला है तो मैं बता रही हूँ आपको।
ओके मैम समझ।
है,
थैंक यू।
चलो आगे देखते हैं। हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, आगे देखते हैं। एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंसेस 4000, मेडिकल एक्सपेंसेस रीइंबर्स 25000, प्रोफेशनल टैक्स पेड इन द प्रीवियस ईयर 3000 and 2000 was reimbursed, was paid by the employer. 2000 was paid by employer and total professional tax was 3000. That means 1000 is paid by employee, no? Okay, so accordingly we will treat it. Free car facility for Mr. Goyal, for which expenditure of employer was 20,000. It was free car facility which was given to Mr. Goyal, and the expenditure related to car were were uh, incurred by employer, and that was rupees 20,000. Mr. Goyal contributes 5,000 towards provident fund. His own contribution. His own contribution is never an income. Remember this thing. I've already told you. I mean, employee's own contribution is never an income. I already explained you in the earlier lectures that my own contribution. Suppose your salary is 30,000. and from your own salary 5,000 is deducted and transferred to provident fund account. Is it your separate income? No, 5,000 was already included in the salary. Why it is your separate income? How it can be your separate income? No, it is already a part of salary. It is not an extra income that you are earning. It is just that you're taking some portion of your salary and putting it in another account, that is provident fund. Therefore, it is not an income. Yes, if you earn something out of it like interest, it is your income, but that is also into other sources. That would also be going into the head of income from other sources, not from salary. Okay, yes. So he has no other income. Okay, Mr. Goyal is a state government employee. Now, because it has been stated here specifically, therefore we will treat him as a government employee, and therefore entertainment allowances will be deducted because he's a government employee. Very simple. Okay, whether state or central government employee, that doesn't matter. Hardly matters. Okay, so let us start. Write down SSC. Always remember, any sum, any practical question you do related to direct tax, first you have to write the information. Now, what is the information? That it is divided into 5 parts: name of SSC, legal status, your assessment year, previous year, PAN card number. Now, because PAN card number is not given, so you can just write as nil, और you can just put छोटा वाला वो जो dash लगा देते हैं हम लोग, वैसा हम लोग छोड़ हाइफन लगा के छोड़ सकते हैं. ओके, सो लिखो नेम ऑफ एसएससी मिस्टर गोयाल है. लीगल स्टेटस लिखेंगे इंडिविजुअल. Legal status is individual. See, legal status can be company, legal status can be a firm, legal status can be of a local authority, or maybe any college, any institution, any university. So it can be anything.
Hindu
but
undivided family, no ma'am.
Hindu undivided family, very good. So it can be anything. We have studied the definition of person. So there we have understood what all is included in the definition of person, right? But here Mr. Goyal is individual. Okay. So let us begin with the format. What was the format? You have to draw 3 columns: particulars, inner column and outer column. Particulars, inner column and outer column. Okay, so let's start. Write down first basic salary. Basic pay is basic salary, huh? Don't get confused with the words. Basic pay, that is basic salary only. Write down in the outer column 40,000 rupees. If nothing has to be added or deducted from basic salary, then directly to the outer column. 40,000 rupees. Next, dear, add. You just have to write one time the word add. Don't write it again and again. Just one time is enough. So write add and then give a colon, and then keep writing now all the perquisites that an employee is receiving. Dearness allowances, 15,000, outer column. Fully taxable. Outer column means whatever you are putting in outer column, it is taxable. Whatever amount is put in the outer column is taxable. Okay. So dearness allowance is 15,000 taxable. Taxable means outer column. Commission 10,000. See, commission, always remember, it is a part of salary. It is inclusive in the salary. So it is taxable. 10,000 taxable. Outer column. Next, entertainment allowances. Remember, he is a government employee. Therefore, the rule is, of course, it will be added for everybody. whether government or private employee, it will be added in the salary for everyone, but deduction will be available only for government employees. So we will add in the salary because it is an allowances. It is a type of perquisite. It is a type of benefit that I'm getting from my employer. Write down entertainment allowances. Directly outer column 4,000, fully taxable. It has to be added fully in the salary, basic salary. Are you guys writing?
मैम एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंस का एक बार और समझाओ ना.
सुनो,
मींस
एंटरटेनमेंट अलाउंसेस का मतलब होता है ये वो खर्चे हैं जो आपका एम्प्लॉयर आपके लिए भरता है जब आपको, जैसे एंटरटेनमेंट, जैसे आपको किसी पिकनिक पे जाना है, किसी छोटी हॉलीडे ट्रिप पे जाना है फैमिली के साथ, या फिर मूवी की टिकट्स का खर्चा आपके एम्प्लॉयर ने उठा लिया, काइंड ऑफ. ओके, तो ये सारे खर्चे कौन से होते हैं? एंटरटेनमेंट की. अब आप खर्चा ना करके आपके एम्प्लॉयर आपके लिए कर रहे हैं, तो इसे कहते हैं एंटरटेनमेंट अलावेंसेस. वो आपको अलावेंसेस पे कर देता है कि आपको ये मैंने 15,000 दे दिए, अब इस 15,000 में से आप खर्चा कीजिए अपनी फैमिली के साथ घूमने फिरने के लिए, एंटरटेनमेंट पर्पस के लिए, पिकनिक या मूवी टिकट्स करवाने के लिए, थिएटर में घूमने के लिए. तो लाइक दैट वे, काइंड ऑफ. तो इसे कहते हैं एंटरटेनमेंट अलावेंसेस. ठीक है, तो एंटरटेनमेंट अलावेंसेस ऐड सबके लिए होते हैं. ऐड क्यों होता है? क्योंकि अलावेंसेस है, ये आपको एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट, एक्स्ट्रा एज एन सैलरी के नाम पे आपको एक्स्ट्रा मिल गया ना एम्प्लॉयर से, सो यू विल ऐड इट इन द सैलरी. Added
Yes,
in the salary for everyone, for private employee, for government employee, it will be added for everybody. But deduction will be available only for government employees. Remember this thing, deduction will only be available for government employees.
okay.
So this is what I was discussing about entertainment allowances. We have already added, no? Entertainment allowances we have already added. Now, medical expenses reimbursement. Reimbursement means, first you had suppose you had some problem, you underwent a medical treatment, and suppose you have you had spent rupees 25,000 for undergoing a particular medical treatment. Now, when you came back to office, your employer said, how much did you spend? You said 25,000. So, 25,000, he will give it back to you. He will give it back to you. That is known as reimbursement. Means first you will incur the expenditure, and then the employer, he means employer, will pay it back to you. That is known as reimbursement. Now, whenever an employer reimburses to you, the amount of medical expenses, of course, the medical expenses is our personal expenditure. No, it is not the office expenditure, the professional expenditure. No, it is personal expenditure. I underwent a medical treatment. Therefore, I had to spend rupees 25,000. Now, because it is employer's nature, he is very good in nature, and then he wants to help his employees, okay, to overcome all the problems, maybe financial problems also. Therefore, he is helping and reimbursing all the medical expenses that you have incurred. That is rupees 25,000. But the amount that is exempted medical expenditure, when it is reimbursed, the amount that is exempted is up to 15,000 rupees, only 15,000 rupees. Okay. Sorry. Have you got this point? Medical expenses reimbursed is 25,000, but the amount which is exempted is up to only 15,000. Therefore, what amount will be taxable? You let me know.
Ma'am, 10,000.
Yes, it will be taxable. So how should you be writing this? Follow my words. Write down in the particulars. Medical expenses reimbursed. See, reimbursed is your benefit, no? See, medical expenses is your expenses. Personal expenditure. You have spent. But after spending, the employer gives it back to you. He is paying back to you. Because he is paying back to you, so you have earned 25,000 rupees back. No, it is your income, because that was your personal expenditure. Employer may or may not give it back to you. It is his wish, right? So, but if he is giving back to you, then it becomes your perquisite. It is your benefit, right? आप उसको ऐसे treat कीजिए, treat it as if your medical expenses are paid by your employer. Treat it like this way. Then you will understand it is income or not an income. It is an income because your personal expenditures are borne by your employer. So that is your income. That becomes your income. Okay. And it is to be shown in the income from salary only, because employer is paying, and therefore it becomes my part of salary, because it is a type of perquisite. My expenses, personal expenses, are borne by, are paid by, are incurred by employer. Therefore, it becomes my perquisite. Okay, are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, how should be? I mean, it should be written in the format. I will tell you. Write down medical expenses reimbursed in the particulars column. Medical expenses reimbursed, and you should be using inner column first, because there is an exemption limit. And remember, it is always 15,000 rupees standard amount. Okay, and if it is done in the government hospital, then fully exempted. Because nothing has been disclosed, then we will assume it as the medical treatment has been done, medical expenses are incurred in the private hospital, and in the private hospital it is only up to 15,000, exempted up to 15,000. If it is done in if the medical expenses are incurred in government hospital, then it is fully exempted. 25 on 5. 25 on 25 is fully exempted. Okay. So here, because they have not disclosed anything about the hospital, if it is government hospital or private hospital, we will assume private only. Because if it is, until it is disclosed that it is government hospital, the treatment has been done in government hospital, only then you have to take it as that way. Okay, so medical expenses reimbursed is 25,000, inner column. Now write down on the next line, less exempted, less exempted, inner column 15,000. That means it is exempted up to 15,000 only. So 25,000 minus 15,000, you have to put it in the bracket, because every amount that is to be deducted has to be shown in the bracket. So 25,000 less 15,000, and the outer column will reflect by rupees, will be reflected by rupees 10,000. Is it 10,000 correct? Is that 10,000 correct, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
25 minus 15, it should be 10,000. So
Yes, ma'am.
which means,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, which means you have received 25,000 as a medical expenses reimbursement. It is reimbursed at 25,000 rupees. Out of the 25, 15 is exempted, 10,000 is taxable. Now, I'm not saying 10,000 you have to pay it to the government in the form of taxes. No, I'm saying on this 10,000 rupees, the tax will be applicable. The tax rate will be applicable. Okay, you don't have to pay 10,000 as tax. On 10,000, tax will be paid. Okay, after adding all the incomes, we will calculate gross incomes, and then the tax will be applicable. Not on the single amount. Government has no such time to ask for the taxes from public for each and every income that they earn separately. No, they will ask it for all together, what you earn, the gross total income. And we are just calculating income from salary. It is just one thing that we are calculating. There are many things, many other sources that we earn income from. And at last we have to calculate the total, and then the tax rate will be applicable. Okay. So it is not now that we have to pay the tax. No. After calculating all the incomes that we have earned in a year, we have to pay the tax on that particular gross total income. Okay. So medical expenses reimbursed. I hope you understood this point. Now, professional tax paid in the previous year is 3,000. 2,000 was paid by his employer. So whenever, listen very carefully, see, it is your expenditure, employee's expenditure. It is from the employee's salary that the professional tax is deducted. It is from the employee's salary that the professional tax is deducted, right? But it is deducted only 1,000 from your salary. 2,000 is paid by employer, no? See, total professional taxes paid to the government is 3,000. Out of 3,000, 2,000 is paid by employer. That means 1,000 only is paid by employee. Mr. Goyal is an employee, okay? So Mr. Goyal is paying only 1,000 rupees cut professional tax. But whereas 2,000 rupees is paid by employer.
Company, employer.
Yes, company is paying, employer is paying. So it becomes your benefit. No, it is your expenditure, but company is making it for you, paying it for you to the government. So therefore it becomes your benefit. 2,000 becomes your benefit. Whatever is benefit has to be added in the salary, because this benefit has been granted by employer to employee. Therefore, there is a relationship between employer and employee. No, therefore it will be added in the salary. Make it very simple. The concepts are very simple. Only if you don't understand, it becomes difficult. Na? Chalo. So let's add. How much will be added in the salary? 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. You tell me.
1,000. 1,000.
Shubham, be very
Sorry,
careful
ma'am.
while answering.
Uh, uh,
Yes.
2,000.
Yes. Something which is paid by employer on behalf of
Employer,
an
हाँ.
employee becomes benefit for employee. That amount becomes employee's benefit. No. So here, total government has received 3,000 in the name of professional tax. No. But 2,000 is paid by employer and 1,000 is paid by Mr. Goyal. So 2,000 rupees is the benefit that Mr. Goyal receives from an employer. Please try to
Yes, ma'am.
understand. So 2,000 has to be added in the salary.
Yes, ma'am.
Go in the salary, basic salary, you're already there, and write down the next point, professional tax paid by employer. Professional tax paid by employer. Outer column 2,000. Nothing is exempted, fully taxable. Fully taxable. 2,000 is fully taxable. It does not mean 2,000 has to be paid to the government in the name of tax. No, it is an income that is taxable. It is not income that will go away in the form of taxes. Completely, it does not go away in the form of taxes. On rupees 2,000, you will have to pay the tax. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. So 2,000 will be fully taxable. Outer column. Directly to the outer column 2,000. Okay. And what about 1,003? See, 1,000 is paid by employee, no? And 2,000 is paid by employer. In all, 3,000 is paid to the government. So 3,000 will be deducted from the salary. You remember 16 subsection 3 professional tax? From there we will deduct rupees 3,000 which is paid. See, it should not be outstanding. It should be paid. If it is paid, only then the deduction will be available to employees. Yes, it is paid. It is written, no, professional tax paid in the previous year. PY means previous year. So 3,000 is paid. Therefore, the deduction can be availed. 3,000 rupees. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are going as per the format, as per the sequence of the format, and therefore we have to skip the deduction point, which will come later on. Okay, which we will show it later on. Now 3,000 in between we cannot deduct. No, the format in the sequence has to be followed. The sequence has to be followed. Therefore, we are going as per the sequence. Okay. Free car facility for Mr. Goyal. for which expenditure of employer was rupees 20,000. Now free car facility for Mr. Goyal was given. For Mr. Goyal, it was given to Mr. Goyal as a free car. So it is a perquisite, it is a benefit, and the expenditure also on the car is taken up by, is incurred by employer rupees 20,000. So it is a benefit for employee. No, Mr. Goyal
Yes,
is
ma'am.
getting a benefit of free car facilities. It is a perquisite. It is such a perquisite that is taxable in case of all employees. That it is taxable in case of all employees. Any kind of employee. कोई भी पोस्ट पे होने दो, ठीक है, ये सबके लिए टैक्सेबल होता है, ठीक है. इसे कहते हैं क्या कहते हैं, एक्सपेंडिचर बॉर्न बाय एम्प्लॉय. या फिर आप ऐसे भी कह सकते हो, जो फ्री कार फैसिलिटी आपको मिल रही है, कार फैसिलिटी, मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी, जो एक्चुअली एम्प्लॉयर की है बट इट इज यूज्ड बाय एम्प्लॉयज. Okay, car belongs to an employer, but it is freely available for employees, no? So it is a type of perquisite, extra benefit that you are getting from your employer. It is fully taxable. So how we will write? Free car facility from employer, outer column, 20,000, fully taxable. See, the word fully taxable has not to be written anywhere. It has to be just understood. I'm just telling you because you should be understanding it. Okay, so free car facility